Today I've just received delivery of my new toolbox slash tool trolley, and I thought I'd do a little video on it just to show you what it is. Maybe you want to pick one up for yourself and you're not sure, so hopefully this might be of some use to you. Okay, so in this box I have got a two drawer tool trolley with a top compartment from SGS Engineering. I think they make these themselves. Mechanics Tool Cart 2 Draw Trolley and Workstation. That's the model number there if anyone's interested. Okay, so let's get unboxing and see what we got in the box. That's the toolbox all assembled. Quality wise, the metalwork is good, the casters look good, everything kind of bolted together pretty well. My only complaints really assembling it was the instructions actually just tell you to lift this and put it on top of the base, but obviously this is too heavy to lift with just one person whilst screwing these in, so I ended up flipping it upside down and attaching the bottom to the top. But you can see that in the video. So yeah, basically we've got this sliding top piece which opens up. So you've got this top storage compartment here. Get 2 keys with it for the lock. There's a bit of foam insert in here, but mine was all mashed up when it came, just from the stuff that was in here for transit. Not bothered about that because I'm going to get some new foam in there anyway. So yeah, obviously 2 drawers, also came with foam on the bottom, but just thin cheap stuff. Second drawer. So down here for the casters, you've got 2 that have swivels and brakes, and 2 that are just sort of straight runners. A little handle that goes on the end here, which will help with steering because these 2 casters don't turn. But by having the wheels that turn at the front and handle at the back, you get a bit of steering action going on. Packaging wise, I thought it was well packaged. I didn't see any sort of didn't see any damage to any of the packaging, but if I lift up this little rubber mat, if I can see it did come with a ding, actually a couple of dings. Few dings taken out of the top here, but I mean, well, you could send it back because of that, but I'm not going to bother. There's a toolbox, it's going to get dinged up. So other than that, and can't really notice them because of that, mat covers them. The only issue I've kind of got is that this sliding top piece here, when it closes, it has a gap, which isn't the end of the world, but when it rains, you know, outside, it's going to start getting inside the toolbox there. My suggestion would have been to have some sort of clip or plastic thing that could go over here that would stop rain dripping down inside there, but other than that there's not many things I'd change. You do have to have these top bits open before you can open a drawer. At least that's how it feels. So that's a bit annoying. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with this for the money. There are cheaper ones out there. This was £120 with free next day delivery. I've seen this sort of style tool cart for about 80. I think it's a bit smaller than this one, and it's a different brand, so obviously I can't comment on the quality of that one. But this I'm happy with. It's a very good tool cart slash toolbox for the money. If you're thinking about getting one, I would say, you know, if you're used to snap-on tools and really high quality stuff, you'll probably think this is quite cheap, but it is cheap. You know, it's 130 quid. So for the money, I don't think you can really go wrong with this. Having said that, I do think there's going to be a couple of mods that I'm going to do to this toolbox. I'm going to get some better foam to go in here, and I'm going to cut out the inserts for my tools, obviously, and I don't know, there might be a couple of other bits and pieces I could do to this. So first mod on the toolbox, I'm going to be fitting some of this foam to the drawers. I bought this off eBay. It's heavyweight foam, but it's kind of in layers like this, so you can chop down to a certain depth to fit your tools in, so they fit in your toolbox all nice and snug, just like this. So as you can see, I've been working on it. I couldn't resist just cracking on. Yeah, so basically quick overview of this. Obviously you want to cut out a sheet of this that fits your drawer perfectly, or whatever you're going to fit it in, and yeah, you just arrange your tools how you want them, cut out around them, and it creates a little pocket for them to sit in, as you can see kind of there. So there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can either put your tools down, arrange them, draw around them, and then go over your drawing lines with a scalpel or a craft knife like this. But to be honest, I found it actually not too difficult to just kind of draw around the tool with the knife, and save yourself a bunch of time drawing it and then cutting it. So I've just been lining up a tool, cutting around it and fitting them as I go, and I've just got a few more bits and pieces to do. I'm going to leave a bit of space up here because I've got some more sockets coming in the post, and I'll show you what it looks like in the toolbox in a minute. Okay, so the first thing you want to do when you set out your tools is you don't want to put them too close together, because you're going to want to be able to get fingers in and to pull them out. So you want to space them out a little bit, but obviously you want to maximise the space as much as possible. And I just kind of line it up where I want it to be, hold it down steady with one finger, and then just with a scalpel. I find scalpel or craft knife, I've been using both. They're pretty good. They blunt the blades quite quickly though, so you probably want to buy a bunch of them. And I just kind of just very lightly score around the outline. Couple of times, and then when you pull it away, you can see where your cut marks are, and then you can go a bit deeper. Mosquito flying around. And then you can just pull out layers of foam. So that there is actually 2 layers I've just pulled out, but you can see how you can strip it back to get the depth that you want. There's another couple of layers. And then when it's deep enough, you'll put your tool in and it will sink in. And there you go, that's it, job done. Boom, tools all away neatly. That actually took me didn't take me as long as you'd think it would to fit all these sockets and stuff. You can do them individually like I have. just for these for the sockets I use the most. Ones that I don't use so often, I've just cut a long straight piece out for the whole socket rail to just slot in like that. So you could do it like that if you've got socket rails. Yeah, first mod on the toolbox done. Okay, so toolbox is pretty much done, as much as I'm going to do to it for now anyway. So let's take a little look and see what I have done. Okay, so let's start with the bottom drawer where I've just put spanners. Did the best I could with the lineups, don't quite fit in there, and I've got some odd tools and stuff, but got my my ratchet spanners, ring spanners, combination spanners, angled ring spanners, that's all good. Top drawer, sockets. So Torx sockets, my normal use ones, normal ratchets, extendos, and deep set. A little bit of space here for me to put something else in there at some point. And then the top compartment, I only had an offcut left of this foam, so I've just kind of done what I could with it. A couple of pliers, my my bad boy, a few other little bits and pieces that can fit in there. And then down in the bottom here, tripod, and my old toolbox, which has just got all my other bits and pieces in there, because obviously this toolbox isn't big enough for everything. So in this toolbox is where I've just got, you know, knives and Allen keys and little bits and pieces, hacksaw, trimmers, snips, that kind of thing. That all goes in there. Stuff that I don't use too often. And that pops there. And breaker bar even fits in there nice and perfect. Excellent. There's a couple of spare little holes on the end here that I've just put my bungees in for doing brakes and stuff. Supporting brake calipers. And that is that. Right, well I hope you enjoyed that video. I know I wasn't really working on in-cars, but that's what I've been doing the past couple of days, so I thought I'd show you my new toolbox. A little bit of content for you, and maybe it's going to inspire you to get out there and mod your toolbox or buy a new one, whatever you want to do. Anyway, I hope you like and subscribe, comment if you want, and I'll catch you on the next one.